You are going to have people who adore the crap out of you,
Sure.
right? They're going to hear your name, Peter Anthony, and they're going to be like, that guy is top notch. You're going to have people who say, I can't stand that guy. I can't stand the way he looks. I can't stand the way he talks.
My friends, welcome to another episode of the Utah Business Spotlight. I am here today with my friend Heather Ashley Jones. She is just killing it, baby. She's the author of Cut the Crap. She's the founder of the Truth Code, and she's going to be sharing crazy stuff with you today. But first, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, share. Start talking more about these Utah small businesses, man. We're here to support the Utah community. We do it through great marketing, ridiculous video, and the best guests. Man, it's great to have you here today.
Amazing to be here. I'm so excited.
It's exciting, man. Tell us first. Let's get it out of the way.
Okay.
Where can people find you?
People can find me online. My website's Heather Ashley Jones. YouTube, Heather Ashley Jones. Instagram, Heather Ashley Jones.
Heather Ashley Jones. Right. So we love it. So here, Let me ask you a quick question, Heather. I love the title, Cut the Crap.
Yes.
I love that title because it gets right to the point. As a marketer and a marketing expert, for me, getting to the point really cuts through the crap.
It does.
Right? So what gave you the courage to start there? Because most people try to be apologetic in their titles.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Growing up as a child, I was always too much for people. And so, as I became an adult and I realized who I was and my power and my potential, I was like, I want to cut the crap. Like, no more fluff, no more living small or not being fully seen. And I feel like, especially with women, right, we tend to silence ourselves. So I wrote the book, Cut the Crap, because I want women to do that and just listen, you're amazing, you're powerful, let's do it.
Let's do it. And now your company works with women and some men, but primarily women.
Yes.
And what are the results that people can expect when they work with you?
Right. So my system that I created, which is also in the book, it's called the Truth Code, because the truth is that every single person, male or female, we have the answers within us. Sure. And I know it's so cliche, right? But it's literally so true.
Yeah.
So anything that you're seeking, whether that's health, wealth, better relationships, the answers come from within. So I teach you how to cut the crap and get to the truth.
So, I really love that. So ultimately, the problem you solve is getting out of your own way.
Period.
Yep. Right? So cut the crap and just get to the...
Yes.
Right? So most people don't really want to take the time to get out of their own way. When we're teaching marketing, we're like, marketing is a mindset. Once you understand that you deserve the money, that your product is good, bringing it to market is the natural evolution of belief.
It is.
Right? And being consistent in that and investing in that. Most people don't make a marketing investment because they actually don't believe their product will sell no matter what they do. They don't believe that the solution's real, which is trippy. I love that you're getting people back into action.
Yes.
That you're just taking them and saying, man, here's where you need to be. Here's how you're going to get there. And I would imagine the path is shorter than they think, but the work is real.
It's true. So in my system, my slogan or my thing is how to get answers in 60 seconds or less. Because the truth is that we've actually been programmed since childhood to outsource our truth, right? So the day you were born, you're taught to what? Listen to who?
Their parents.
Your parents. And parents are always what?
They're always right.
And are they?
Most of the time, no. Well, hold on a second. If my kids are watching, yes, we are always right.
Always. And then, you become adults and you realize that our parents were imperfect and they did the best that they could. But then we're also brought up into a public school system where you always listen to the teacher, and then you go into a 9-to-5 job where the boss is always right. So now we're 20, 30, 40, 50, and we're like, what do I do? Especially if you want a business or better relationships, you're always going outside of yourself for answers. When really the truth comes from within, that you are worthy enough, you are good enough, and you do and can and do get answers. And doctors and scientists have proven that, in my system that your body speaks to you. That
Sure.
pain is just communication. And so that is what I teach you how to do, is to remember who you are. Pain is just communication.
I love
and how
that
to get those
phrase.
answers. Yes.
Pain is just communication.
It is.
That
It
is,
is.
that's solid, baby.
Mhm.
If you guys are listening, pain is just communication. Heather said it first. I'll follow it up and just endorse it. That's such a solid way to move forward through your foundation,
Yes.
because ultimately everything that we do is either to move towards pleasure or away from pain. If you've ever taken a Tony Robbins class,
Right.
that's the only two motivators, right? We're either moving towards something that we want, we're moving away from something that we fear. And the things that we move away from are generally not completely understood by us.
Right.
It's a deep-seated fear that we might not even any longer identify, but we've habitualized the away movement.
Yes.
Does it make sense?
It does. Well, and one thing that I teach people, so yes, pain is communication. And all pain is it's trying to communicate to you where the problem is. But we've been taught what?
Tell me.
Well, when you have pain, you run to the kitchen cabinet and you grab a painkiller.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
We're so immersed in the economy of pain.
Yes.
We were talking about it yesterday. We're taught it like that inflammation is, you have inflammation, take an Advil, take a Excedrin, take a Tylenol. No problem, man. We'll be fine. Take some generic ibuprofen, but stay on the pain. And then what's interesting is, here's my conspiracy theory, right?
Me.
That society, that the construct of society needs you in pain because it drives economy.
It does. Well, we won't go into conspiracy theories here, but I want to tell you something. The system's rigged, right? They create the problem, they create the solution. And so if you want to continue to be a cash cow, then continue to take the ibuprofen or the Tylenol for your pain.
Sure.
So pain, I tell people that when you silence your pain with a painkiller, you're just silencing your truth. Because at the end of the day, pain is not physical, right? We're multi-dimensional beings living in a 3D dimensional world. We're physical bodies. So why are we treating everything physical? There's the spiritual side, the emotional side.
All right.
And so that's what I teach people to realize, is that it's going to shock you when most people's pain, not physical at all. It's the childhood trauma. It's the spiritual warfare.
Oh, so they're
it's
holding
things people don't want to talk
these
about.
things.
Yes. Yes.
And then that creates what they're realizing as a physical pain.
Yes.
Or an interruption into achievement of something that they desire.
Exactly. Because whether it's pain in the body or a painful relationship or a painful bank account, that is communication. This doesn't feel good. So how do we fix that? Well, you don't ask your prophet, you don't ask your pastor, you don't ask Peter Anthony. Just kidding.
Always ask me.
You go within, and you will always get the exact answer that you need to take that big step.
Sure. And in components of a Buddhist type of subculture, you're always asking to remember the answer, because the truth is that the answer is always already there within you. So you're just uncovering your personal truth. Exactly. So it's a very Zen-like approach that you're taking, which to me makes the most sense. And we find, it's interesting. Like, it doesn't matter what the problem that people solve. If people have tried to get that problem solved before, in marketing, they say, "Oh, I've tried everything."
Right.
Well, you couldn't have tried everything, or you wouldn't be broke, or your company wouldn't be suffering, or you'd be hitting the 7 or 8 figure mark that you're looking for. You didn't try everything. You tried a few things that maybe didn't work because they weren't put together properly, or they weren't completed properly.
Right.
Well,
one thing I love about marketing, which is spiritual too, I think so many people think they have to have the perfect messaging, the perfect niche, when in reality, you just have to be yourself.
I so agree.
Yeah. And people crave that. Like, people are going to fall in love with you because you're a big personality and you love people and you're genuine.
Saying I'm a big guy. I see where you're going with that. She didn't mean it like I'm a big guy. She meant, obviously, I'm a big guy, but I do have a big personality.
Yeah, and energy attracts energy. So if I know every program I bought, it was because I was attracted to the energy. At the end of the day, you buy the person and their energy. And so...
And you're buying their idealism into the solution that you're already looking for, right? So when I was a young stylist, I gravitated very clearly to Vidal Sassoon, right?
Mhm.
Because it
Oh,
was so
yes.
structured and
Mhm.
it was so methodical. And I was like, okay, even I can memorize the method. And then
Right.
I start teaching within that method. But here's the trippy part. That's the same way I run my marketing agency. It's the same way I like to interpret faith or spirituality. I need the checklist.
Yeah.
Let's work through, because I like structure. My
Right.
personality is structure driven.
Mhm.
Somebody else might be a more empathy driven
Right.
personality. So when I see structure, I'm like, oh yeah, that's who I want.
You know what? I'm exactly like you because structure is very important.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, especially like me, I can go into outer space, right? You just get,
Yeah.
I can do this and this and this. So structure is so important. And that's why I did create the book, Cut the Crap, because I get right to the point, step
Yes.
by step. That's why I did create Truth Code.
And that's so in alignment with your personality.
Yes, it
Man.
is. I'm
You're
so,
like,
I'm so
you're
direct.
like you're, and I don't want to overuse the word authenticity because everybody
Right,
talks about it, but they don't really understand it.
right.
Being yourself doesn't mean being every version of yourself. It means actually being the best version of yourself. So
Mm-hmm,
let's pretend that everybody watching already knows. Be the best version of yourself and
mm-hmm.
stronger things will come out. Within that, though, you have to recognize like here's my marketing language versus here's my love language. And when I say marketing, I don't mean marketing to the world. I mean marketing to yourself.
Mm-hmm,
The new book that I'm working on is called An Audience of One, because you're the audience. Because
mm-hmm,
you talk to yourself more. You put like I see my father, but it's really me speaking to me, or I see my teachers speaking to me, and I'm
mm-hmm.
in the audience, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
right?
the
You're
internal
speaking to
dialogue.
yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, man, you've got to understand how you like to take things in so that you can move them forward.
Right. So here's two things I want to touch on that.
Cool.
So
Touch on it.
you could never be everybody's cup of tea, right? We know the bell curve. There's going to be
Cup
people,
of coffee.
cup of coffee. Okay. We're in Utah, whichever you say, right? You are going to have people who adore the crap out of you,
Sure.
right? They're going to hear your name, Peter Anthony, and they're going to be like, that guy is top notch. You're going to have people who say, I can't stand that guy. I can't stand the way he looks. I can't stand the way he talks.
Don't tell
And then you're going to have people who either way, love him, hate him, I don't care.
Sure.
In anything that you put at the top, you're going to have people who love or hate banana ice cream. You're going to have people who love or hate chocolate. So why are we constantly trying to change ourselves for the people who hate us? I'm here for the people who love Heather Ashley Jones,
Yep.
right?
And I think that's so smart because what you're doing is giving people permission to be the best versions of themselves.
Yes.
So the best audience finds them.
Yes.
Their audience, not
Yes.
other people's.
Mm-hmm.
And so often we try to be like, I'm trying. So I worked with Tony Robbins for over 30 years, right? Everybody tries to be Tony when they
Right.
leave.
I did his 1-year breakthrough program.
Oh, right on.
Yeah,
Good program.
it is.
It's a really good program. But you can't be Tony.
No.
I was working with someone and she was adamant about she's like, I want to be the next female Tony Robbins.
Oh my gosh, I said the same thing. Why?
And I'm like, first and foremost, you're in your 50s.
Right.
Tony started in his teens. Therefore, just by default, you're starting at a different point in life.
Right.
You're not going to be him, even if you follow his path. Just be the best you. And she was so angry with me. So needless to say, that dissolved the relationship because I was quite adamant about it. She's still not the next Tony Robbins. She's still searching for something that she'll never be. And she's a very famous wannabe guru, right?
Because she's looking outside of herself.
Yeah.
She's not going within and being the true person that God created her to become.
And the interesting part about the wannabe gurus is they're all telling you to look within, but they don't look within personally.
Right.
So
Right.
what is I think in the guru space, which is where you're playing and I play, right? Even though it's marketing, it's hairdressing, it's insurance sales, real estate, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You have to be the reflection of the work that you're telling others to do.
Absolutely.
Which I hate because I hate being the face of the brand. But my team's like, but Peter,
Yeah.
You have to put out more pictures. You have to tell people what you, and I'm
Mhm.
like, oh man, that's so not me. It feels like if you're watching, it feels like it could be me, but
Mhm.
I'm really the guy who likes to be in the back of the room watching everybody taking
I don't
notes.
believe that, Peter.
I know, see what I'm saying? People don't believe it, but it's
Yeah.
true. And I
Yeah.
watch you do the same thing. You're a
Mm.
note taker. You're an observer of
Yes.
the human condition that's now like, oh God, man, I got to be the one in the,
Right.
And so often that's, it's hard for the people who are part of that philosophy of really, of understanding and empathy versus the gift of gab, right?
Mhm.
Which is a
Mhm.
developed gift that I have. You've developed it, but you're really like, even the way you're looking at me now, you're internally processing whatever I'm saying. Your
Mhm.
internal kinesthetic,
Mhm.
right? Which an external kinesthetic for you is actually a learned behavior.
Right.
Yeah.
And where is that learned behavior?
Yeah.
Trauma,
Yeah.
childhood trauma,
Right.
or having a hard life, or understanding where people are coming from. I think true leadership or mentors like Tony Robbins, like people who we adore, it's because it came with a price, right?
Sure.
And so I wouldn't sit here today speaking about the truth code that you can heal yourself in 60 seconds or less, or that you have the power to be yourself, if I hadn't had to learn that and go within.
Sure.
Because the truth is that I adore Tony because he shares personal stories. He says, his mom did horrible things to him, but does he judge her? No, he's the man he is because of those traumas.
Sure.
So today, I am the woman I am today because
of
of my trauma, because I know what it feels like to pray to God, to be seen, to be loved, to be valued. I know what it feels like to seek that in every person. Like, Peter, please love me. Like, just see me. When I realized that it was me that needed to give myself the love, that I had to go and save myself. That's where I found myself. And that's where I think anyone in leadership, they teach what's that word that we hate?
Authenticity.
Authenticity, right? That's so overused, but it's so true. Like, you teach because when you overcome or you walk through the fire, you want everyone else to realize that they don't have to do it alone, right? So like Tony doesn't want people to suffer. Why? Because he suffered and knows what it feels like. I don't want men and women to suffer.
Mm.
So that's why I tell women, cut it out. I was you, right? Cut the crap.
I love it, man.
So
You have one thing to say to
okay.
an up and coming entrepreneur, 2 sentences. What is it?
That everything that you are seeking, everything that you want to become or achieve, it's already within you. You've already won. Now just go after it and get it as if it's already there.
Love that.
Yeah.
This is my friend Heather. You guys need to find it. First and foremost, cut the crap.
Yes.
Go get her book. It's a great read. Super, super fast. I love it. Truth Code. Can't beat it. Heather, thank you so much. Man,
Thank
we
you,
could
Peter.
talk for hours.
I could.
But my
I love
producers
this.
are behind the
Yes.
scenes saying, like, it's time. It's time.
to cut it.
But thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you.
on. Thank you for spending time with me. I hope we can get you back on. Let's have a
I would
longer,
love
deeper
it.
conversation.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
And let's start trying to heal Utah together.
That sounds amazing. One person at a time.
Baby, this is the Utah Business Spotlight. I'm your host, Peter Anthony. Like, subscribe, share, and tell people about Heather. Don't let Heather be the best kept secret in Utah. Everybody needs to learn how to cut their own personal crap.